Planning a holiday to Tasmania? Excellent choice. Despite the trip being within our country, Australia, there were a few things that caught us unaware, so we thought we should pass on these lessons to fellow travelers. Here are some useful things to know in advance, especially if it's your first time visiting Tasmania. What to know before you travel to Tasmania? You'll experience the 4 seasons in a day, almost every day. The best time to visit Tasmania is arguable, depending on who you ask. We purposefully traveled to Tasmania at the beginning of the Australian summer for the warmer temperatures and longer daylight hours. Across our 17 days Tasmanian road trip, we were blessed with fine weather, with a rainy day in Freycinet National Park at the beginning and some light drizzle here and there. On the days that there was an overcast sky and howling winds in the morning, we would often find ourselves driving through the countryside in the afternoon with a clear blue sky and warm sunshine on our skin. Based on our experience and also speaking to locals, you need to be prepared for the 4 seasons in a day. A raincoat should be packed and dressing in layers is usually wise too. The sun feels hotter than you expect. If you are visiting Tasmania in November, you need to pack sunscreen and you need to apply it. You won't expect so much of the heat of the sun. But with our experience in the last trip, it is much hotter than anticipated that we ended up with sunburned foreheads and blistering skin after a few days exploring the east coast of Tasmania. Not all roads are sealed. Yes, Google Maps can show you the fastest route to your next stop, but keep in mind that not all roads are tar sealed. 2WD cars should be able to handle these roads anyway, but it pays to know now, particularly when looking your rental vehicle in advance and planning a Tasmanian road trip. Phone signal can be patchy. We found that even along the coastline close to towns, phone signal is patchy. When visiting the cities, the phone signal is perfectly fine. If you are heading inland, we found that Telstra provides better service. When you know that you are going to a remote location, check the directions before you lose signal, take a screenshot of the route on your phone or log in the route on Google Maps before going off-grid. Don't forget your National Parks Pass. Tasmania has 19 national parks in total, which covers approximately 40% of the state. So, if you are planning to visit Tasmania, we can hazard a guess that you are likely to visit at least one national park and you will need to purchase a National Parks Pass. A Parks Pass can be purchased per person or per vehicle. The normal holiday vehicle Parks Pass costs $80 American and it is valid for 2 months for up to 8 people in the one vehicle. It covers entry into all Tasmanian national parks including Cradle Mountain. Don't even try to fly. Drones are not permitted in national parks in Tasmania period. There are signs throughout the parks, so please don't be a douche and respect this directive. There are other popular locations that will not allow the non-commercial use of your drone unless you have a license. Seek permission if you are unsure. Otherwise, use your smartphone, your DSLR and tripod. Book your rental car from Hobart CBD rather than Hobart Airport. Depending on your Tasmania itinerary, consider booking your rental car from an alternative location than the airport. By choosing to end our 2-week road trip around Tasmania in Hobart and opting for a CBD car rental agency, we reduced our car rental period by 2 full days. The 2 days savings plus CBD location was a material difference compared to a car rental from Hobart Airport, even after budgeting for 2 Uber trips between Hobart Airport and Hobart CBD. It pays to do a little extra research if it means you can save some money to put towards another part of your holiday. Drive slowly and watch out for wildlife crossings. Tasmania is home to an abundance of wildlife including wallabies, wombats, echidnas, birdlife, panda melons and plenty more. We passed more roadkill during our road trip than we would have liked and even had a few close traps ourselves. Often the roads are winding and one lane only in each direction with little room on the shoulders. It goes without saying, drive carefully, especially at dawn and dusk. There are no toll roads. It's the smallest state in Australia with virtually no highways. You are unlikely to drive for longer than 2 hours at a time to your next destination, and thankfully there are no toll roads. Speed limits and paid parking are still a thing, so make sure to take note of both. Biodiversity is sacred. If it's your first time visiting Australia but also your first time visiting Tasmania, remember that there are strict laws in place to conserve and protect Australia's biodiversity. Given that Tasmania itself is an island, the unique species only found here also need additional protection. You cannot bring in any fresh produce from the mainland such as fruit and vegetables, so make sure to throw away any food scraps before entering Tasmania. There are hefty fines and penalties for those caught. From this video, we brought you 10 things to know about Tasmania before you go. If you got this video helpful, please give a thumbs up to the video. Don't forget to share this with your friends. Subscribe the channel for more important videos like this. Thanks for watching.